ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضاه. We continue inshallah from where we stopped off last lesson. So we completed the exercises and this is where we stopped. It says number 7. Here the author, he wants to teach us this ya, the ya of calling, which is called harfu an-nida. Harfu an-nida. Ya an-nida, or you can say harfu an-nida. Let me just write that down. Ya an-nida. Ya an-nidai. The ya of calling. You use it to call someone. You use it to call someone. And this ya comes with a rule. And that rule is when you call someone, prior to the addition of the ya, we have the name of the person that you're calling has tanween. The name of the person that you're calling has tanween. When the ya comes in, the tanween is omitted. So we say Ya Muhammadu. Instead of saying Ya Muhammadun, we say Ya Muhammadu. Ya Muhammadu. Ustadhun, which means teacher. Ya Ustadhu, O teacher. This means O Muhammad. Khalidun, Ya Khalidu, O Khalid. Waladun, Ya Waladu. So this is the third thing or third concept that we've learnt in this book, which causes the tanween to get taken off. Baytun. There's 3 ways I can get the tanween taken off from this word at the end of this noun. One of them is to add al. If I add al, it becomes al-baytu. The other way is to make this mudaf. Baytu ar-rajuli, the man's house. Remember we said mudaf, you never have tanween. If you call that noun ya baytu, although bayt it's not really something that you can call, but you might find stuff like this in poetry. So there's 3 concepts which we have learnt where the tanween is omitted. When you add al, when you make the noun mudaf, and when you bring ya before it. When you bring ya before it. We also learnt that there are some words which don't take tanween, like the mamnu' min as-sarf, nouns which are not allowed to take tanween. Nouns which are not allowed to take tanween. I haven't mentioned it here because it never had tanween in the first place. That's why I didn't mention it here. These ones have tanween, but the tanween is taken off because of certain rules. But the mamnu' min as-sarf, like Amina, feminine proper nouns, Aminatu, Khadijatu, never had tanween in the first place for us to take off the tanween. Okay, so this is the rule we're learning here. So it takes 1 dhamma. Yeah, it takes 1 dhamma. Ya waladu, ya ustad, ya Muhammad, ya khalu, khalidu. If it was Amina, it already had no tanween, so it would remain the same. Ya Aminatu, ya Khadijatu, ya Asiyatu, and so on to the end. طيب. And notice how this is 1 noun. 1 noun. The name here that we're calling is 1 noun. There are some times where a person's name is made up of mudaf ilayhi. The person's name is made up of mudaf ilayhi, like Abd and Allah. So we have Abdun and Allah. How do we make it mudaf ilayhi? Well, this one ends with 1 dhamma and this one ends with 1 kasr. Abdullahi, someone's name. This name is made up of mudaf ilayhi. If ya came before this noun and we're calling this noun, then it has a different rule. So the rule here only applies if it's one name, Muhammadun, Aminatu, and so on. So it doesn't apply here, yeah? The rule that it only takes 1 dhamma doesn't apply here. It only applies when it's mufrad, 1 noun. Okay, bear that in mind. The other, for the mudaf ilayhi, inshallah, we're going to learn that later on. Okay, so this is what we've learnt here. If we've understood this, then we should be able to apply that to this exercise here. It says, اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Read and write with the correct vowelization of the endings of the words. طيب. So this is what we need to do here, inshallah. And the new word here is doctor. Doctoru here means doctor. Sheikh has two meanings, two possible meanings. It can mean old man, or someone who is senior in knowledge, someone who is very knowledgeable, a scholar, or someone who is elderly, old man. So these are the two new words, doctor and sheikh here. I'm just mentioning it here so it's easy for you when it comes to doing the homework. So we're applying this concept that we've learnt in doing this homework. Okay, let's go to the next page. The next page says, اقرأ المثال الآتي. Read the following example. اقرأ المثال الآتي. Read the following example. ثم, then. كون أسئلة. Construct or create questions. أسئلة is the plural of سؤال. Then construct questions مثله, similar to it. مشيرا إلى الصور التالية, indicating or pointing towards the following pictures. So we need to look at the example. كتاب من هذا? Whose book is this? كتاب من هذا? Whose book is this? Okay, we've looked at the example. Then it says we need to construct questions similar to this, but the questions need to be related to the pictures that are here, given here. So we need to ask about these things. Who do they belong to? كتاب من هذا? كتاب من, this construction here, كتاب من, this gives us مضاف مضاف إليه. مضاف مضاف إليه. كتاب من هذا. We bring man in the place of the مضاف إليه because we don't know who the مضاف إليه is, who the possessor is. كتاب محمد, كتاب آمنة, who is it? We don't know. So that's why we replaced the مضاف إليه with man, which is something that's used to ask questions about human beings or people with intellect, those who have intellect. كتاب من هذا? Whose book is this? كتاب من هذا? Whose book is this? Who does this belong to? So similar to this, كتاب من هذا, we will bring the thing, the item, make it mudaf, bring man as mudaf ilayh, and then ismul ishara. And it's all going to be the same. It's all going to be the same. Okay, number 9. Point number 9 is these two nouns. These two nouns, they begin with Hamzatul wasl. Hamzatul wasl, as we mentioned previously, is a type of Hamza which is only read if we begin with the word. If we begin with the word, this is when we read it. But if it's in the middle of a sentence, we don't read it. It's as though it's not there. And with these two nouns, they are read with kasra. Ismun, ibnun. Ismun means a name or a noun. Ibnun means son. Son. So let's read. Ismul waladi, mudaf mudaf ilayhi. Ismul waladi Muhammadun. Ismul waladi Muhammadun. This is a sentence. Wasmul binti Zainabu. Bu. Zainab is a feminine proper noun. It takes one dhamma. This is one sentence. This is one sentence. Ismul waladi Muhammadun. This is a complete sentence. This is jumla ismiya. Where's the mubtada and where's the khabar? Okay, this is the mubtada. This is what I'm talking about. Wa huwa mudaf, and at the same time it's mudaf. Al waladi mudaf ilayhi. Muhammadun is the khabar. That's come to give information to the ism, that it's Muhammad. His name is Muhammad. Ismul waladi Muhammadun. Wasmul binti Zainabu. Wasmul binti, and the name of the girl is Zainab. The name of the boy is Muhammad and the name of the girl is Zainabu. Zainabu one dhamma. So the point is wasmu. Wasmu here. Here is ismu and here is wasmu. We've explained this already before, but we're going to explain it again now because the author is mentioning it here. Ismul mudarrisi Hamidun. Ismul mudarrisi Hamidun. The name of the teacher is Hamid. Masmul mudiri. Ma is ismul istifham. Masmu, what is the name of the mudir? Ismul mudiri mudaf mudaf ilayhi. Remember, we're not going to analyze questions. Masmul mudiri, what's the name of the head teacher? So the name of the teacher is Hamid. What's the name of the head teacher? The point is masmu. We don't say ma ismu. Masmu. And remember, the alif is not elongated. When there's iltiqa sakinain, meeting of two sukoons, and the first one ends with a harf mad, we don't elongate. We go from the meme with the fatha to the sin. Mas, mas. We don't say mas, masmu. We explained that previously. Ibnun, son. Ibn Khalidin, mudaf mudaf ilayhi. Ibn Khalidin fil madrasati. Ends here the sentence. Ibn Khalidin fil madrasati. Khalid's son, or the son of Khalid, is in the school. وابن, not وابن. وابن حامد في الجامعة. Khalid's son is in the school and Hamid's son is in the university. Okay, this is a jumla and this is a jumla. The i'rab for both are the same. This is a jumla ismiya because it starts with a noun. Ibnu مبتدأ وهو مضاف. خالد مضاف إليه. في المدرسة, this is جار ومجرور شبه جملة خبر. This phrase is coming as the khabar. This is what's informing about the subject, giving information to the subject and completing the sentence. Khalid's son is in the school and Hamid's son is in the university, and this is exactly the same as this. Hopefully these two sons, inshallah, they are going to no non-free mixing universities and schools, inshallah, because free mixing is impermissible, it's haram. ابن المدرس في الفصل. ابن المدرس في الفصل. The teacher's son is in the classroom. ابن المدرس في الفصل. The teacher's son is in the classroom. أين ابن. أين ابن. نبن. نبن. No, أين ابن. We don't say أين ابن because it's in the middle now. This is the whole point of this. Hamzatul wasl was in the middle. We don't read the Hamzatul wasl. The Hamza is skipped. أين ابن المدير. Where is the head teacher's son? The teacher's son is in the classroom. Where is the head teacher's son? طيب, hopefully this is understood. If it is, then we should be able to do the next exercise, which says اقرأ ما يلي, read what follows, مراعيا, while taking care of the principles related to the pronunciation of Hamzatul wasl. So, are you going to read the Hamzatul wasl here, or are you not going to read it? Are you going to skip it? طيب, so this is what we need to do. Okay, is there any new words here? It looks like there's no new words, just Iraq, I think. Iraq means Iraq, the country, the name of the country. Al-Ma'ruf. طيب, so there's no new words here. Mas'ud, Faisalun is names of people. So everyone should be able to do this. Okay, Al-Wazir, this is the new word here. Al-Wazir is minister. Al-Waziru, minister. Wazir means minister. Okay, Al-Kalimatul Jadida, the new words. Al-Rasulu, the messenger. Al-Ka'batu, the Kaaba. Al-Ismu, here we're going to say Al, and then Hamzatul Wasl has come here. Okay, let me write this down. So we have Ismun. Ismun, Nakira, indefinite. If I want to add Al to this is Hamzatul Wasl, right? I read this Hamzatul Wasl, and then this Hamzatul Wasl, I don't read. And the Lam has a Sukoon. So this I'm going to read with a Fatha, right? Al. Al. And the word after the Lam, the Sin, has a Sukoon. We have two Sukoons meeting here. This word, how do I read it? It's not possible for me to read with two Sukoons succeed in one another. So what I do is, this Lam takes a Kasra in this case. Okay, I give a Kasra to this Lam. So I'm going to say Ali, Ali. I skip this Hamzatul Wasl because in the middle I'm not going to read it. Yeah? So I say Alismu. Alismu. طيب. And the same with Ibn. So if we have Ibn, Alismu, one Dhamma. Ibnun. If I add Al, same thing. So we have two Sukoons meeting. I give this a Kasra. So it becomes Alibnu. Alibnu. طيب, remember this. Usually when there's two Sukoons that meet, it's not possible to read. So we give the first Sukoon a Kasra. This is the usual common thing that we do to enable us to read the word. Otherwise it's impossible. So here I say Alismu. That's how I read it. Alismu. Alismu. And the same here. Alibnu. Alibnu. The name or the noun, the son. Al-Ammu. The paternal uncle. Al-Khalu. The maternal uncle. Al-Haqibatu. The bag or briefcase. As-Sayyaratu. The car. Al-Shari'u. The road. Mughlaqun. Closed. Tahta. Under. Hunaka. Over there. Al-Muhandisu. The engineer. So this is what we have to take away from lesson 5. If you don't understand this from lesson 5, then you have to go back and do lesson 5 over again. Sayyaratul Mudarrisi. سيارة المدرس, this is مضاف مضاف إليه. مضاف مضاف إليه. This is the possessed and this is the possessor. This is the item that's owned and this is the owner. طيب. Okay, we have 3 pieces of homework. Inshallah, I hope everyone does those pieces of homework and revises what we've taken. طيب. It's very important that everyone revises because we're building on from the concepts that we've taken previously. So if these concepts are not revised and they're not understood, it's going to be difficult to continue on. And this is what I've witnessed when teaching this book, is that when it gets to lesson 6, 7, 8, brothers, the students who have taught, some of them, they start pulling out. They start pulling out, making excuses. I need to work, I need to do this. Whereas in fact, it's because they haven't been revising and they're finding it difficult to catch up and continue. So revision is very, very important. طيب. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.